Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kaleidoscope of the Arts. I'm one of your hosts, Marie LaBrosse, along with my co-host,
It's Dee Gozion.
and today we have a special guest.
Oh, I'm Sue Strope. I'm president of Charlotte County Children's Theater.
Okay, and today we'd like to thank our sponsor, Wendy Namack. And Dee Dee, tell us a little bit about Wendy.
Oh, Wendy Namack is a most generous woman. She has a business called Namack Portfolio Investment Professionals, LLC. Her internet website is www.namac.com. Her phone number 941-429-2911. Email wendy at namac.com.
And you're listening to us on WKDW 97.5 FM, Real Community Radio, coming out of Northport, Florida, on the Bishop West Real Estate Mobile Tower. And thank you to everybody for taking the time out of your busy afternoon to listen to us. Now, today's a special day because Sue came in with some of her, do you call them students? I don't know, but they're cast members. You're cast members.
There are cast members. We're missing
a few,
more than half, but yeah, that's okay.
That's okay.
Everybody had to go on trips and
and you get the snippet of what you're going to be doing now. Sue, let's talk about a little bit about the Charlotte County Children's Theater. Tell me how it all came about, and let us explain to us why it's so important to get the children involved in theater.
Okay. Charlotte County Children's Theater started in 2017. I've been directing kids in Charlotte County for well over a decade, probably closer to 3 decades. Anyway, but this particular organization began in 2017. We are actually the only organization devoted to children's theater in Charlotte County. It's extremely important to get kids involved in theater when they're at loose ends and they may not be good at the sports or anything else, or for any reason. It increases their self-esteem. It makes them understand teamwork and discipline, and it's just a great thing for every kid. And a lot of kids, it's the thing that they handle. They all of a sudden they realize their potential, and they can use the skills that they develop later on in life to be a CEO of an organization, because they can do public speaking, because they're used to being in front of audiences, etc. But it really does change lives, and I've seen it happen over and over and over again. And it's almost miraculous for a lot of kids.
Yeah, and I know that even like with myself, I've seen some of these kids because I was involved in children's theater in Charlotte County. Actually, I helped develop the Kids on Stage with the Charlotte Players. And one of the things that I had noticed is those children that don't fit in the norm and they're looking for a place to be, and they may not, and I'm not saying this about all the kids out there that get into theater, but there's some of those that don't belong. They may have the little quirkiness, the Punky Brewster-ness of them. They may be the quiet child. And I have seen that you can take the quietest child, the most introvert person, and when you tell them they can become the character, that they're not themselves, they are this character, you see them blossom, you see them develop. And some of the best actors that I've ever seen are those quiet, shy children that come to life when they're given that opportunity. So kudos to you, Sue, for taking those children that do need that and that outlet. And, when they went to STEM and they took the arts out of the school, they found out that they need to put the A back in to become STEAM, because that development, and Dee Dee, with the Northport Arts Center, that's the other creative part of the arts, and I'm sure that you've seen that. And in case anybody doesn't know, Northport High School is now one of those schools that is one of the outlet schools for the arts. So if you have a children, we used to have to send our kids up to Booker or down to North Fort Myers to actually get into the arts and into that performing arts and other arts. Now you can go to Northport High School, and they have one of their focuses is in the arts, right,
I
Dee Dee?
did not know that it was a magnet school.
Yeah, it
It
is.
is now. It
That's
just
great.
changed. Yeah, it just changed, and they were named one of the top ones too, weren't they, Dee Dee?
Yes, they were given an award last year.
Yeah.
Great.
So it's, yeah, and a lot of people that are not in that area don't know that. But for your kids, so in case any of the kids want, and because in the state of Florida now, it's open enrollment. You can actually enroll in any of the schools around. If any of your kids want to go into the arts, Northport High School
That's
is
great. Yeah. My
yeah.
daughter wanted to go into a magnet school like that, and the only place was Booker, and it was a crazy drive.
Oh, absolutely. So any of those people that are out there listening to us, this is an opportunity. If you're looking for an opportunity for your children, that your children don't be the stage mom that wants to push your child into that because you're living an unfulfilled prophecy of your own. Um, let the child be the one that actually wants it, because then they will be the ones that will pursue it and keep on going after that. So, tell us a little bit about your background. And I'm looking at the time. I don't want to have the kids out there
Yeah,
waiting too
poor
long.
kids.
They get antsy.
Um,
They get antsy to sing.
Okay, my background is that I studied theater at a college level, did 4 years of graduate school in theater, and I've been directing. My first paid directing job was in 1971, and I've been directing. Well, I was directing before that. I started when I was 8 years old, directing in my backyard, and I found out I could make my brother the horse if I was directing it. So anyway, and then I directed our eighth grade school play for the whole school in eighth grade. So I've been doing this for a very, very long time, and I love the kids. It's so important. It's I can't even emphasize. I have kids coming back to me who I worked with 20 years ago, telling me what a difference it made in their lives. So yeah, and I do have CEOs and people who blossomed out of this acting opportunity and the performing arts. The performing arts are so essential and so important and really critical for a lot of kids. So anyway,
And you don't have to be an actor. The tech part and the backstage crew and all that. In fact, Rebe McIntyre performed yesterday down in Fort Myers, and one of the people that is involved, that has been involved, actually Vandy's niece is with stage crew for that. And she does a lot of the stage crew. And Vandy, if she wasn't hurt, would have been able to work on the costuming, because she would have been brought in for costuming there. So there's different aspects of the theater that you may not be the stage person that you want to be on stage. You may be the backstage person that gets to work with everybody. And I have a lot of friends, even on Broadway or in other places, that are able to do that. So should we start with a introduction to the song? And I know that you guys have to text them out in the room to let them know that we're going to go to them. And let me know if they're ready, and we'll keep on talking here. And thank you for all of you that are watching out there. We have a lot of people watching Sunday afternoon. I guess the guys are watching football, and you guys are actually listening to us. And I know this will air on Wednesday afternoon on the radio station, but right now we're actually streaming it live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Yes, we're still on Twitter right now, but
Are you ready?
are we ready?
Yep, get the kids on.
Okay, so we will bring on the kids. Hi, everybody.
Army Children's Theater. Start with Santa Claus.
Okay, guys.
You better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, he's checking it twice. He's gotta find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. You're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming, Santa Claus is coming, Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yay, yay, yay. That was so good, Sue. And I know,
They're adorable, aren't they?
yeah, I know only half the children are there right now, so I'm sure you're missing the altos and
No, we've got altos. We got plenty of altos. We don't have sopranos.
so okay, sopranos, yeah, one boy. Well, tell us actually where you're going to be performing and why you wanted to come on the show right now, because you wanted to promote what you have going on.
We will be doing a dinner theater at the Port Charlotte Moose on Loveland next Saturday at well, the show will start at 7, but it's a dinner theater, so people can start arriving at 5 o'clock. But it's essential that you buy your tickets ahead of time. If you are interested in purchasing tickets, they're $20 each, and you can call me at 941-456-5262. I'll repeat that. 941-456-5262. And or you can go to our Facebook page and message me on it under Charlotte County Children's Theater and let me know that you'd like to purchase tickets to come.
And does that include the dinner?
That includes the dinner.
Okay, and do you know what's for dinner?
Chicken cordon bleu.
Oh man! And for $20?
Yeah,
Oh,
really good.
oh my goodness. Okay, so your
now
phone
you go
number
to
is
the
not.
store and it's like you can't even buy things for
No,
that.
you can't even to do that. 941-456-5662. Is that your phone number?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
okay, I'm putting it up on the screen so people can see that. And also, it's $20 each, and it does include the meal, chicken cordon bleu, and I imagine that it includes a regular beverage like coffee or tea.
Yes.
Okay, and then
Tickets need to be purchased before at least by Thursday, and there will be tickets at the bar at the Moose. So you just walk in and you can purchase them there.
okay, so we can actually purchase the tickets from you and give your phone number a call. Now, do you take credit cards?
No, they just take checks and cash.
Checks and cash. So you will make a reservation with you. You'll tell the Moose how many people are coming and what's their name, and then they pay
They'll
for
have
that.
they'll have to bring in the money to the Moose at least by Thursday.
Oh, they do have to bring the money beforehand there. Can they call the Moose to set it up?
I imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do you have that phone number?
I don't have their phone number.
Okay.
I just know that they can go in and purchase them at the bar.
Okay, alrighty. So, and I imagine that the Moose, no, you don't have to be a member for this evening. Yeah, you can just come in
And this
and
is open to anybody that would like to come and hear the kids.
okay. And you know what? Go out for an evening, support the kids and support different things. Well, do we have another song coming up, Sue?
Yes.
And which one is
I think it's Rocking Around the Christmas Tree.
and you think that's what it is. And we'll see. It looks like they're all set up there. Yeah, it looks like they are. Well, while they're waiting, and I know that they have to get set up. And oh, you know what? It would be helpful if no, I have them.
No.
They're not muted. Okay.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree with the Christmas spirit. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone's dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way.
Woo! Well, sorry about that, guys. I'm changing hats. It's one of those things that you do. I'm known for wearing hats, and I figured that in between, I may as well switch it up a bit. Sue, no, how did you do the rehearsals, and how did you reach out to people to let them know that you were having this going on, and what's up for you next in the world of Sue Strope and the Charlotte County Children's Theater?
Well, we're having a hard time with venues where we can rehearse because Boys and Girls Club got torn down. The church where we were practicing got ruined in Ian. And now this time we rehearsed in the evenings at the Methodist Church down in Harbor Heights, and then on Saturdays we were at the Moose. So we can't, we just get moved around because of this kind of thing. We don't have a permanent facility, so we just have to do the best we can.
Right. And with Hurricane Ian, in case our audience doesn't live here, and we do have people like that, we got hit really hard by Hurricane Ian. And there's a lot of blue roofs here, and a lot of people had their houses flooded, gutted, depending on where you lived in that. And I know that Dee Dee, is dealing with that. And I know with us, we only had a little bit of fence and soffit damage. But so it goes to me. I asked her beforehand, okay, so, we were talking about cleanup because I need people to come help us up here. And Sue says, oh, I had a rough and I had that. And I'm going, you had a lot of damage. And she said, not compared to a lot of other people. And you're right. A lot of people are hurting here, and one of the reasons I'm bringing this up is this gives an outlet for these kids. Everybody, the kids have gone through COVID. They had to do homeschooling. Now here we've gone through a really bad hurricane situation, and the kids are their families, their home have been really disrupted. Their school system has been disrupted depending on where they were going. Some of the schools got delayed more than a week compared to the other schools. Some of them opened because they were already from Hurricane Charlie years ago. They were able to rebuild them, but some of them didn't have that happen, including the Port Charlotte High School, and they had some damage there and had a
Port Charlotte Middle School is closed until January.
Yeah, I forgot about that, but yeah, Port Charlotte Middle School, because that one and the Port Charlotte High School, the middle school and the high school, were not rebuilt after Charlie. And those are the two that got really damaged this time. So when you're out there and looking for a place, and if you know of any place out there, Sue's willing to actually do theater programs, but she needs a facility to be able to do them at, do the practices at, and even if you have a facility that you could not only do the practices at, do the performance at, because and you were fortunate this summer because of doing things at the cultural center where other people
We
were.
were. That was a great accomplishment because of it was Freedom Bible Church that helped us.
Right,
But
exactly.
and then the Charlotte County commissioners stepped in and helped us too, Joe Tiseo especially. But yeah, the cultural center is also destroyed. So this summer we don't know if we'll be able to get into the cultural center theater because of the destruction. We're hoping, but otherwise we're going to have to find another venue for our show because every July we do, from the very first of July to the end, we rehearse for a major Broadway musical.
And last year it was Fiddler on the Roof, and let
It
me tell you,
was.
it was very excellent, excellent. You had such great young actors there, and that's one of my favorite shows, anyhow. And it was just, I can't say enough what a good job you do. Now, Sue, we're going to talk just really briefly because I know the kids are waiting for to come back on. But one of the things is you're also can do costuming. You actually went to school for costuming. Would you go ahead and just explain to the audience some of the things that you're able to do? Because you're a triple threat in different respects that you can actually. And what do you have in your car right now? Your car is
Okay, I have to tell you. Yesterday, my daughter is directing a play that will be at the New Day church on the 16th. It'll be this Friday. And we had to pull costumes yesterday over at our storage, and we got a bunch of her kids, her cast members came and were helping. And I'll tell you, it's fun. Doing costuming is always a trip, because you're going to a different era. You're trying to find things that go along with that, and you need them for multiple kids. In her show, she's got 19 kids we need to costume.
Wow.
So yeah, it's interesting. At
well,
the very least, interesting.
and Sue's anal about costuming for period. She, because of her background in studying costuming and also theater, when she sees a play piece or, whether it's a musical or a straight play, when she looks at it, she's always looking and being critical about the costuming and she's laughing because she is so authentic when she's doing the costuming for that period. And truthfully, I wouldn't have even noticed it, on depending on what it is, but most of it I wouldn't know, and I don't think the general audience knows. She knows, and she gets really crazy about it. Like, so, but
Well, to 3 or 4 people, it might bother them. I don't know.
yeah, well, yeah, it's one of those things. Well, I think the kids are they ready for the next song? And Dee Dee has to, and thank you to Dee Dee Gozion, her husband. Oh, what's his name?
Kevin.
Kevin. They came in last night and set up stuff. And the reason why we were having such a delay is technical issues that we were trying to get everything together. It's all good. It's all
Ready.
good. Oh, they're ready.
We're
They're
going to talk
ready.
about our favorite snowman.
Okay. And as the kids are getting ready, because they can't hear us in the background.
Frosty? Yep, Frosty.
Okay, well, we can't have dead air.
There it is.
Frosty the snowman was a jolly, happy soul, with a corncob pipe and a button nose and two eyes made out of gold. Frosty the snowman was a fairy tale, they say. He was made of snow, but the children know how he came to life one day. There must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found. For when they placed it on his head, he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the snowman was as wise as he could be. And the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, look at Frosty go. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump, over the hills of snow.
Oh my gosh, hooray!
I know, I know. That's one of the tech things I gotta figure out because when I go to switch people and take myself out, it brings me as a main cue because I'm teching. So I'm trying. In case you're listening to us, let me tell you, I'm changing my hats because I know I'm known for my hats, and I haven't been out in public for a while. So at least this way you can see me in my hat. No, Sue, let's talk a little bit more about you because that's what we do is we like to talk about Sue and about the different things that she actually affects the kids in this world. Now, one of the things you were talking about how it can help other people. I know that lawyers a lot of times are required to take an acting class in college because of being well. Evidently, the lawyers are actors. If they're trying a case or that, but to be dramatic and also, can you tell me a little bit about what you know about that?
I don't know anything about the lawyers, but I can tell you just like when you watch TV and you see someone who has no ability to communicate, that's pretty tragic, and you can see it. But I think it's all about communicating emotions, and I do know that a lot of people that go to law school aren't ready for that emotional journey. So that's just one of the professions that this can help with. It can help with even doctors because doctors a lot of time will go in and they just don't realize they need to emote some sort of personality, and it can be very helpful. I don't think there's a profession that it wouldn't help with. Maybe bricklaying, but other than that, yeah.
Right, right. And, to be able to sing. I want to put up a message that we've received. Afternoon, ladies. So wonderful to see your smiling faces. It's Karen Andrew, and Karen Andrew makes puppets, like the Muppets puppets.
Oh
And
my
she
goodness.
she is very well known in the puppet industry, and she does that right in Northport. But she travels around. And Dee Dee, maybe you could tell us a little bit more about Karen.
Well, Karen will be doing puppet making classes here. She did one last year, and we made the little stacks pancake puppet, and it was so fun because it was a whole experience. She had us all. We were junior chefs, and we had to sew our little pancakes up and make the little faces and eyes and mouth and everything. And then we graduated to chefs when our puppet was done. And a gentleman from Chicago came down He has the Dunworth Foundation, and he gave a couple scholarships to take the class. It was a huge success. It was very cleverly put together. It was really fun. They had a big party at the end of the 4-week session that we made these puppets, and there will be one coming up again in February. Karen Andrews it's called Kahula Animation Studios here in Northport. It is by the New Austins, that was the former Old World restaurant up there, and she doesn't do animation per se. She doesn't do the personality behind the puppet. She actually is the creator of the puppets, and she does amazing puppets. She does life-size puppets, little teeny puppets. They're just a great array of puppets, and the whole puppet industry, they're all a close-knit family. And once we got to know her and know more about it's really a great, really fun art to be in.
Yeah, and
I had a puppet ministry for 9 or 10 years, and I know it's very effective in communicating with kids. Some kids have a hard time communicating with or understanding what people are saying, but somehow they relate to puppets.
and that's one of the things. Dee Dee, how would somebody sign up for it?
Well, we're right now, Karen just contacted me last week and gave us choices of different puppets that we can assemble. So we're just right now deciding on the puppet that we're going to make, and then we'll put it out on our website and on our Facebook and Instagram. Probably after the Christmas holiday, we'll have it, because it'll be sometime in February, March.
Yeah, and that would be the Northport Arts Center, and I'm looking for your
Here at
stuff.
the Northport Art Center.
Yeah, I'm looking for it, and I have so many people that are using my stuff here that I don't see yours in there. But anyhow, the kids are ready for another episode, right?
Okay, just a second.
And we will bring them up on the side here, and when they're ready, we'll go ahead and switch them over.
The next one that they're doing is fun because it's something we can't do in Florida.
Oh, it must be about snow? I don't know. Is it about snow? Or riding in snow?
You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. What recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer game. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Yippee! Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee, Yippee! Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history.
Wow, guys, that was great, huh, Sue?
That wasn't the one I expected. Sorry. It's hard to know what's coming up.
It's okay. And I actually have one of those red noses that light up, but I wasn't prepared. So I did my best back there.
I wasn't prepared either.
Yeah, well, you know what? Those things happen, and you know what? We improvise. And that's part of acting, too. We can improvise.
You're the queen of the improvisations.
Well, that's one thing. That's why I came up with comedy for a cause because I can't memorize anything, and truthfully, I can do improv. So throw something at me, and we'll see if I can act it out. Yeah, give me a reindeer and a red nose, okay. So as I'm losing my ears here, and everybody gets to see what my hair really looks like. Sue, tell me, and Dee Dee, do you have questions for Sue? You know, I dominate the conversation. However, Dee Dee helped and did some with on Giving Tuesday. Dee Dee talked a lot, and I was really, really happy with that when John Rawlings was interviewing her at Boca Lupa Coal Fire Pizza. And Sue, you were able to get a date, weren't you, with Boca Lupa?
They are such generous, wonderful people. Twice we've had the Tuesday. What is it? Pizza
Yeah,
for a
people,
cause, right.
yes.
And we've benefited from that. And you know, the Valentinos are just wonderful people. That's all I can say.
And who told you about it?
You.
Yeah. Yeah,
I wouldn't know anything if it weren't for Marie.
Well, and so the Northport Art Center is doing the survey thing because I had told you about that one. Yeah. And so how well did you do with that?
Not as well as we hoped, but it was still significant. Yeah.
And what, Dee Dee, you have that coming up in what, January?
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you tell the audience what we're talking about?
100X. Okay. You can do survey questions, and then what it is you're doing surveys for corporations who are interested in knowing how you feel about products. There's just all kinds of questions that you can answer. You pick what you want. Each survey takes like a minute, and the
Or good nonprofit, yeah.
gets money for every survey that you do.
And and you can do, and a person like me, I could do up to 75. Is it 75?
Up to 75 and get $150 for that.
For that nonprofit, and it's just answering
one person.
Yeah, one person can do that, and I know the Charlotte Players because that's how I originally found out about it. I knew about it, but I didn't know anybody that had done it, and then the Charlotte Players did it, and they were doing things. And I know, like me, I hate doing surveys sometimes, but a minute of a time here or there, you know, taking the time. And how long do you have? A month?
Yeah, it's close. Yeah, it's close to a month. They give you, I think, 4 weeks.
Yeah,
and then
that's a month.
You know, you can go on. You can do it whenever, like if you're just waiting somewhere for something, or whatever you want to do. Maybe if you're going, never mind. I was going to say something, but I won't.
Well, and 75, that's 75 cents per survey, it sounds like.
No, it's more than that. It's more than that.
Okay.
It's $150 for 75, so I think it's like $2.
Yeah, $2. Wow.
Wow.
For a 1 minute survey.
Yeah. So encourage your friends when they get one of those. And what was the name of it again, so our audience knows?
100X.
100X. So if you get a request from one of your nonprofits to participate, do it because it helps. You don't have to do anything but answer the questions, and that nonprofit gets the money for that. So are we ready with other people?
They're going to surprise me. I don't know what they'll sing, but.
Well, we'll bring them up and see if they're ready. And we'll put them on the.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight. Walking in a winter wonderland. is the bluebird. Here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow he can build a snowman and pretend that he is Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? He'll say, no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we drink by the fire, to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland.
That was so cute. Very nice. Do you want another one?
What is that one?
Marie, what are you doing?
I used to make hats for Marie. And I think some of my favorite hats.
Oh, for costuming, yeah.
No, because she likes hats.
Oh, okay. So you actually make hats.
I make hats for costuming. For Mary Poppins down in Charlotte at Charlotte High School, I made 70 hats.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. That is cute, Marie. We got a little tux on your hat there. You're muted, Marie. Can I get her unmuted? You're muted.
How do you get her? Jeez. How do you tell her that she's muted?
Marie, can you hear us? Can you hear us? We can't hear you.
You know why? Because I have myself muted.
Yeah, we were trying to tell you.
Oh, Lord. You can't take me
Just
anywhere.
a few minutes to shave off there.
Well, I just want to let everybody know to get your tickets, $20 each. Stop at the Port Charlotte Moose because you'll get them in person. Go to the bar and say, stagger up to the bar. What do you do that when you're
Stagger away from the bar?
What do you do when you're a cowboy and you go up to the bar, saddle up to the bar or something, and you get your tickets for the event next Saturday night, $20 each, which includes a chicken cordon bleu dinner.
Yeah.
Do you know how do they serve that? Is it in a back room? So where is it at?
No, they serve it. No, they serve it out on the tables. They have tables set up, so it's really nice.
Oh,
Okay, so you don't have to stagger up to the bar to.
No. I can't remember I'm just thinking they serve them.
Yeah, that they would serve them. I would imagine with chicken cordon bleu. You don't want a people buffet style. No, because
I don't think so.
No. Okay, so and what time does it start, Sue?
Well, people can start coming at 5 because they're going to be eating. Some people come at 5 because they want a really good table. So it just depends. You can get there. We start at the show at 7, so they've got to eat before that.
Yeah.
So I would say at the very latest, maybe 6:30 or.
Okay. So I'm sure the kids have another song that they want to do, right?
They have 2 more songs they'd like to.
Okay, well, we better get them in because we're running out of time. And thank you for everybody that is tuning in right now. You're listening to WKDW 97.5 FM, Real Community Radio out of Northport, Florida. And you're listening on the Bishop West Real Estate Mobile Tower. And you're here today with one of your show hosts, Marie LaBrosse. My other show host and co-host and lovely lady is...
Didi Gozion.
And who's our guest, Didi? The infamous
The infamous
Strope
Miss Bob.
with the Charlotte County Children's Theater. So thank you guys all for taking the time out of your Sunday afternoon to even listen to us. And on Wednesday at noon, you'll be listening to the show again on the radio. And Sue, what's the next song? Do you know, or will it be a surprise?
I'm gonna get surprised, but I think it's going to be Rocking Around the Christmas Tree, maybe.
Well, we'll see.
Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells swing and jingle bells ring. Snowing and blowing the bushes of fun. Now the jingle hop has begun. Jingle bell rock. Jingle bells chime and jingle bell time. Dancing, prancing, jingle bells swing. In the frosty air, what a bright time! It's the right time to rock the night away. Jingle bell time, it's so time to go gliding in a one-horse sleigh. Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock. Exciting mingle and a jingling beat. The jingle bell, that's the jingle bell, that's the jingle bell roll.
Unmute, Marie. There you are.
There we are. My light is actually here. I'm supposed to be in.
I thought that was a price tag.
No, yeah, that should be. It's a light that lights up, and I'll go like this to add more to the stuff. I'll tell you. I know. You think I was drinking or something, huh?
No, I thought you were being mini pearl.
Well, that too. So Sue, we're all set to be listening to these kids, and I know that we only have a few more minutes left.
Okay. Well, I do know the last one, even though everything else has been like a total surprise. Yeah. This is what they want to wish you.
Okay, well, we are going to bring them up, and
I'm not Minnie Pearl.
I'll tell you, I could very well, because some of them had tags on them. So, okay.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Glad tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I guess that was the end of it, huh, Sue? Oh, I have her muted now.
We do Carol of the Bells, 4-part harmony. Sarah Del Castillo is our music director, and she's doing an amazing job with the kids.
Yeah, and she's been working down in Naples, correct?
She has a job at a church, so that's why she couldn't be with us today. She's going to college to be a music therapist, and she does a really great job with children. So she's been our music director for quite a while now.
No, when you're talking about musical therapy too, because we just have a couple of more minutes left. Sue actually sold a friend of mine her condo, and she just passed away, and I had gone to see her in Tidewell Hospice the day before she passed. I spent quite a few hours with her. And one of the things that happened while I was there is a musical therapist came into the room, and our friend Ellen was actually out sleeping, but the therapist asked if there was any songs that I knew that she would like. Well, here Marie is, and I'm going, oh man, that wasn't something that I would have thought it would have been asked of me because her son had to run to the airport. So I was the only one there. And so she actually sang Blue Moon. And because, and let me tell you that not even for Ellen, but I guess the sound in your hearing is the last thing to go on you, so they can hear everything that you're saying consciously, because the nurse had come in and talked to me before that, and she said, go ahead and talk to her. So what I did was I read to her comments about her that were on her Facebook page and on some of mine. And then also when the lady came in and sang, I knew that she was listening, but I talked to Ellen while she was, semi-comatose, for her to know how I felt about her and that. And that's the beauty of music, what you're giving
Well,
people.
I can tell you when we used to always carol at the nursing homes and the VA, and I'll tell you what, they older ladies who were down like this, and people that were down like this. We watched one lady who was this like permanently, we thought, and when Rudolph started, she came up and she was like and singing along with them.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
it means so much to a lot of people. It just
Well, yeah. And I watched a show yesterday. They do have a dementia singing group choir over, and I think it's in England that they were doing it from, and they have found the brain, the music part is in a different part of the brain than the other things, and it stimulates stuff. And people will remember the songs to the words and will get lively because it activates a part of the brain. So remember that when you're out there and you do have a loved one maybe going through dementia, or they're out, music hits the soul in the part of the brain that really needs to be stimulated to activate in that. And when I'm talking about that, there are so many times that somebody may be hurting and you don't know, but music is the music for the soul. It really is. So thank you, Sue Strope. And it looks like your kids have left the building, huh?
I don't know. I mean,
They put their chairs back. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. But Sue, thank you so much for joining us today. And Dee Dee,
Yeah.
always a pleasure to have you as my co-host all the time. You're the
Pleasure
best.
to be with you, Marie.
Oh, absolutely. And for our audience, there are choices in life that you can make to be kind, or Dee Dee.
We always choose kindness, Marie.
Yeah, or not to be kind. And remember this, one person can make a difference. Be that difference. Be the pay it forward person that can make a difference in one person's life. Just like Sue. Sue, you make a difference in so many of those children's lives. And
our number one rule in our group is be kind.
yeah, and that's all we have to do is be kind, because there's not any more things to do, and it makes it actually pay it forward. So thank you all for tuning in. Have
Thank
a blessed.
you, Miss Marie.
No, you're welcome, and such a blessed day to all of you. You've been listening to us on WKDW 97.5 FM Rural Community Radio. I'm Marie LaBrosse.
Dee Dee Gozion.
Sue Strope.
See you again next time on Kaleidoscope of the Arts.